Today's show also brought to you by County Sports Zone. CountySports.zone is the website. It's brought to you by your local Toyota dealer and buyatoyota.com. You missed anything from championship season in the spring, they've got it for you, and all summer long they're going to have news, updates, previews. CountySports.zone, proudly sponsored by your local Toyota dealer and buyatoyota.com. Well, Ryan Ripken was just talking about Brandon Young. Very unique scenario where this turnaround that we've seen from the Orioles this last month, two of the most significant catalysts of this turnaround are Brandon Young and Colton Cowser. And would you know that it just so happens to be that one man coached both of them in college and has particularly interesting insights about both. He is the head coach at Louisiana. He is Matt Deggs, and he is with us now here on GCR. Coach, it's Glenn in Baltimore. It's great to chat with you. Thank you so much for taking the time for me.
Glenn, thanks for having me on. It's
Man,
a real honor.
This is such a cool thing that, like, two guys that you know well are both finding success at the exact same time with the exact same team. Coach, before I get into Brandon and Colton, it's a hot-button issue in our city. There was a bit of an issue with the base paths yesterday. I don't know if you happened to see this with the Orioles and the Blue Jays and Ernie Clement. And I have suggested that at some point baseball makes life easy on everyone and just draws physical base paths and running lanes and says that we don't want to ask the umpires to have to figure this out any longer. We are going to do this. Am I crazy or am I on to something?
Well, I didn't. I caught a little bit of that. He ran out of the baseline and
pretty significantly.
Did they call him safe?
They called him safe. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've seen some little league fields where the people chalking the field didn't understand that there's no chalk stripe going all the way around the field, so it might not be a bad idea.
Thank you. We're
doing everything else. I mean, there's a shot clock. I mean, it's. There's computer strike zones. We're doing everything else. I mean, why not?
You know what? That's all I needed. Thank you, Coach. I appreciate that. It's just nice to know that I'm not crazy. I appreciate that.
No, that's not crazy. That's a little outside the box. I like it.
Hey, Coach, I know that you got to know Colton really well at St. Houston
he's one of my
State.
favorites.
I don't know how much you've stayed in touch with Colton. I assume it's at least a bit because I know you guys were close. He comes up, he has such wild success so quickly in his major league career, and then he goes through a really tough, the better part of 2 full calendar years where injuries and struggles, it's an issue. Did you have conversations with him? Did you get a sense for what he was going through, and do you have a sense for why it really seems to all now kind of be clicking over the course of the last month or so?
Well, I can just tell you this, Glenn. I mean, he's the best hitter in 31 years that I've ever coached. And so it's a matter of time. And everybody's timetable at the big league level is different. A lot of guys really don't figure out who they are until they're 28, 29 years old. Some guys, it clicks a little bit sooner, and timing's everything in life. Last year, let's just look at the start he got off to. And then he gets hurt, right? And misses a significant amount of time. And look, this game's harder than it's ever been. Guys have better stuff than they've ever had. There's more information out there on everybody. It's a constant game of adjustments. And especially if you're a hitter, it's just a game of struggle and survival at times. And look, Colton's one of the only kids I've ever had that has the ability to hit and smile at the same time. I don't know if he's ever had a bad day in all actuality. And he plays a game with a smile on his face. And I've seen the kid line out 3 times and come back laughing. I mean, so to me, with that mindset and makeup, he's got everything that it takes to play this game at an all-star level, not just a good, he's a starter in the big leagues level. Colton Cowser has the ability to be an all-star. And if you guys ever don't want him, I wish the Astros would take him because he would absolutely rip up Minute Maid. And that's another thing, when you look at the confines that you guys play in, a lot of Colton's power is the other way.
Mm-hmm.
And, so I don't know, the fences were brought in some, I think, but that's a spacious left field, man. And so he's still learning and still figuring out how to pull the ball and not only be able to pull a fastball, but stay through a changeup. And changeups can get him from time to time. So it's a process, and he's learning. But the best is yet to come, man. If they're patient with that guy, that's going to be a huge, huge payoff for them.
A couple of things on Colton, then I want to get to Brandon. What is it about him? Because I feel like a lot of guys would be humbled to a point where they might not be able to handle failure. They might not be able to compartmentalize it. What is it about Colton? And I tell you this, I've had the fortune of getting to know his dad, Dale, his mom, Anna, a little bit, and I know that part of it absolutely is good parenting. Like, I have no doubt that that has something to do with it here. But what is it about Colton that you feel like he wasn't doomed by experiencing failure and he was able to push through it and come out on the other side?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think if you just watch the way he interacts with his teammates, and the kid just loves life, man. And no matter if he was in sales right now, or he was a landscaper, or playing in the outfield in the big leagues every day, he's going to be the same guy every day, and he's going to have fun doing it. And he's infectious, and people love him, and they love being around him. And that those qualities can take you a long way. I just don't think Colton has a real long memory, and that's a really, really good quality for a hitter. You can't lug your last 25 at bats to the dish with you, and every opportunity to hit and every at bat's a brand new at bat for that kid, and he just has unbelievable God-given ability. And at some point, and you're seeing a little bit of it now. I think, what is he up to, 240 some? He's got like 6 jacks. You're starting to see some of that right now. And yeah, he does have incredible family. He's, Dell and Anna, remarkable, remarkable people and family and support system. And he's just a high character kid. He's been the same guy since the day I met him.
You referenced that he was the best hitter that you ever coached. But I think what's maybe amazed me, and part of the reason, like there was talk about, do the Orioles, need to send Colton down to reset him, and one of the biggest pushbacks was always, you can't lose his glove in the outfield, like you can't lose that. Was his defense always this good? Did that come along? It's like he made a throw on Friday night from right field to second base that I think was faster than any human being has ever thrown a baseball. Like it's insane to me. Was that always the case for him, or is that something that maybe came along at some point?
He was always a good defender. He's turned himself into a really, really good defender that can play all three. And that's a lot of self-made stuff right there. I mean, he's worked extremely hard at that. Hitting has always come natural to him, if you will. But the defensive side has been remarkable to watch. Not that he was never not good at it, but to see how he's grown. And I remember when he got called up, he called me, and I think y'all were playing in New York that night. And I said, "Well, are you nervous?" He said, "Man, I'm not worried about anything except catching the baseball."
Hmm.
And sometimes that is a worry, especially if there's some jitters. But watching the way that he's played the game, and especially defensively, super, super proud of the work that he's put in. The hitting, that's come to him forever. But the defensive side, he's turned himself into a real asset out there.
He is Matt Deggs, the baseball coach at Louisiana. He is with us here on GCR. He, of course, had Colton at Sam Houston State. And I know it wasn't a very long time, and I know COVID, unfortunately, even made it shorter. But Brandon Young is a revelation right now for the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, he was completely off the radar and has become an incredibly reliable starter. Can you take me through what you got to know of Brandon Young, what you learned of him when you arrived, the short time that you had with him, and why? And I get it, it was a weird year because there was only 5 rounds, but we're talking about someone who was undrafted and just signed afterwards that's now proving to be a quality major league starter. What do you make of how he's been able to make this rise?
Yeah, I mean, when I came in, you know, it was under tragic circumstances because we had lost our head coach, Coach Tony Robichaux, that was a legend here. And the program had been down a little bit. And so I inherited a roster, and Brandon, who I was somewhat familiar with, not a ton, because he is a Texas kid. Uh, he was here. I knew the previous year, he's chock full of potential. Uh, but I don't know that it was the year that he wanted. It was solid, but not, that he wanted. And uh, it's a demanding program that we run. And so Brandon is a very headstrong kid. He's a super confident kid. He's big, he's physical. He pitches with a ton of intent and attitude, and has a great understanding of how he goes about what he does. And it took us a minute to get on the same page. And the moment we did, there was a little come to Jesus, and we had that, and the kid never looked back. And I hate that year was canceled. I think we were only maybe 17, 18 games in, and he was becoming the best pitcher in the country. And so I started him in the bullpen just out of not knowing, really what I had. And quickly he worked his way into starting and was about to become our Friday night starter when they canceled the season. But he was as hot as any pitcher in the country, as a four-pitch mix with a ton of attitude and intent coming out of his hand. And it was a ton of strikes and command of those four pitches. And the velo was going up. Everything was sharp and crisp. And it's funny because we actually played Sam Houston State that year, and him and Colton squared off. And
That's cool.
Yeah, that was. I think BY might have got the best of him. I can't remember.
I got it. We got to dig that up. Griffin's gonna get on that. We're gonna dig up what the numbers.
Dig
were.
it up.
Yeah.
Dig it up. And I know Colton didn't shake hands after the game because we pitched out. So we were winning by a few runs, and so we played behind Colton, and baited them to run, and then we pitched out to end the game. And it took Colton a while to get over that. Now, I don't know if he shook hands or anything. He was hot.
Wait, did he hold it? Did he hold it against you?
I think he was just pissed in general. And but look, this type kid Colton is, we're on I-10, Lafayette is, and I look up, we're at practice one day. This guy's a big leaguer, and he's standing behind me.
Wow.
And he just shows up. He come fish my pond with me or whatnot. So yeah, what an amazing kid. But yeah, it's funny. We played, and I knew BY. Look, there's only 5 rounds in the draft, but that's that doesn't matter. I mean, as soon as Baltimore signed him, I mean that's a 6th rounder. Is any way you want to look at it. We had Spence Arrighetti. He was a 6th rounder and worked his way through the system pretty quick. Now he's in the rotation. And so I knew BY was headed on that path. And, I think he had an arm or injury or so, but you could see he had everything it took. And then I turned on the TV. I'm a huge Astro because I grew up in Houston. I turned on the TV last summer, and this guy's got a perfect game going. And I'm like, that does not surprise me at all.
Wow.
And he's a rock. I mean, what is he, 4-1 with a 3-something?
It really is incredible. Well, and what's really incredible is like the fastball isn't. It's not even like he's throwing 100, right? Like, but nobody is touching his fastball.
Yeah, but it comes out of his hand different. There's great extension there, and look, when a fastball is delivered with intent from the hand, man, it's like adding 2 or 3 miles an hour to it. And he's so self-assured and confident on the mound, man. There's an aura and a persona there that hitters pick up on, and you can see that. And he has such a good mix. And he's just got good command, and I would expect him to do this for a long time. Good Lord willing, he stays healthy. I would expect him to do this for an extremely long time. He threw a bullpen before he took off for spring training, and it was pretty impressive. He stopped in, and I saw him. So super proud of those 2 guys, man.
First of all, Griffin did look up. So you got Louisiana took 2 out of 3, right? From Sam Houston that weekend.
And in this game, the game that Brandon pitched, he won a complete game, all 9 innings, did not allow a run, struck out 11. And Cowser went 0 for 3 with a strikeout, and he walked in the ninth inning, and then he was thrown out at second base trying to
Unreal.
steal
Unreal.
to end the game.
What was the score? What was the score?
1-0. 1-0 Louisiana.
Wow.
Hey, man, it's pretty impressive, Coach. How many games have you coached in your career at this point?
Man, 31 years worth. So.
Yeah, right? Do you remember details like that from every? Are you that like? I know Sean McVay is crazy.
I can remember a lot, and yeah, man, you don't remember a ton of great stuff. You can remember interesting stuff. And,
sure.
And it's funny what sticks out in your mind.
That's wild, man. That is wild. So, all right, I get that you're an Astros fan. I understand that, but like, I feel like at this point, it's got to be like 1A and 1B, right? Like, these are your guys. Like, is there any chance that we could see you wearing like some Orioles gear at some point?
Oh yeah, I got the MLB packet. I pull for the Orioles. Anytime those guys are on, I'm pulling for them. Unless they're playing the Stros. Although this year could be a little different, we're grinding.
Yeah.
And you're talking to a guy that got grounded for a week over the Houston Astros when I was a kid.
All right, go ahead. We need the story. We need it.
1986. I'm 15, and we're playing the Mets in the fifth game of the '86 NLCS in Houston. Get out of football practice, pedal my bike home fast as I can, get in front of the TV. It goes 15 innings, and we blew a lead. And Billy Hatcher hits not one home run, he hits two. One goes foul, one stays fair. We take it, and then they reclaim the lead, and then Kevin Bash strikes out to end it, and they win it, and obviously go on to win the World Series. But so I fell on the ground. I'm 15. I fell on the ground. I started crying, and my dad, who was in the living room, said, "Get up." And I said, "No, I ain't getting up." And he said, "I'm going to tell you one more time, get up." And I don't know if you've ever heard the belt come through the loops.
Yeah.
Yeah, the belt was coming off. And, I think I said the word BS. And, I just snapped, man, over the Astros. And so I got grounded for a week. And but next day, the Houston Post came out with a huge picture, all the guys dejected in the dugout. And I put that hung in my room for years.
Man.
And,
man.
Man.
Hey.
You know how it goes. It runs deep.
Oh, does it ever? Does it? We're still screaming about a call at second base from yesterday in a meaningless, 1 out of 162 game, and we'll be screaming about it for a long time.
For sure.
Coach, it's really awesome. Really awesome. These two guys, it's such a unique connection, right, with you.
Really cool.
That they end up together in Baltimore and having really amazing seasons right now and making such an impact for us. So I think the first thing we say is thank you, Coach, for getting us these guys. And beyond that, appreciate you spending some time sharing about them. We really enjoyed them.
I need to get up there. I've never been over there. I need to get out there and watch them.
Love to have you come up and do that. That'd be a really cool story. Coach Matt Deggs from Louisiana, thank you for taking the time. And
thank you.
Best of luck to the Cajuns, all right?
Thank you very much. Go Cajuns.